What's up, guys? It's your boy Maya here. Do you look like this whenever you're trying to skating at Cascade or any of your local skate places?
Glad I got that on camera.
If so, come with me.
What be dash the dash?
What I usually like to do before I usually get started skating is probably like stretch. Wouldn't hurt to stretch. Probably like stretch for like maybe 5 to 10 minutes based on all the stuff that you're gonna do. Get your skates out, take a seat. Oh. Only reason why I'm making this video, because I know it's a lot of people out there that don't know the basics. And let me just say a disclaimer real quick. I'm not Usher, I'm not T Smooth, I'm not iDance Solo, I'm none of them dudes. I'm just a regular black African American trying to learn how to skate better. I took it serious maybe 1 or 2 years ago. Our friends introduced me to it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be learning today. Before you put on your skates, get a little stretch in. Stretch your legs well. Hold up, let me get my wallet out. Why is my wallet in my pocket? Stretch your legs really well. That good stretching. You know what I'm saying? It's really hot out here. Well, it's not necessarily hot. It feels good, actually. Especially in the wintertime. It's really, really fucking... Anyways, get a good little stretch in. Stretch your legs. Stretch in the middle. Make sure to really stretch like your, I would say groin / hamstring area, like your thighs. Make sure you spread those out, stretch those out really good. Airplane? Yeah, if you don't stretch those out, it's gonna hurt pretty bad when you're out there skating and you catch a cramp out of nowhere. I'm telling you, it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling at all. Yeah, get a good little stretch in, you know. Stretch in real nice. Do butterfly. That'll stretch. I don't know what region that stretch. It'll stretch out your, maybe like your thigh / glute area. I don't know. I just do these stretches whenever I'm getting ready to skate. Not even like going hard on skating, just practicing or doing some little mumbo jumbo type stuff. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt to stretch. I promise you, it'll save you the heartache and it'll save you being sore on the way back home from the skate rink. Yeah, do this for like maybe 5-10 minutes or so. Or you don't even have to do it for 5 minutes. You can just get a good little stretch in if you're in a rush. But since we out here and you're with me, so I'm gonna stretch you out pretty nice. Pause. Yeah, get a good little stretch in. Touch your toes. Stretch out your calf area. Ooh, that hurts. It may hurt to stretch like this, but I promise you right now, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Stretch out your thigh muscle. This is one of my old heads taught me. Stretch out them thighs, man. The thighs, these parts right here, they'll hurt the most if you don't stretch them out correctly. Get up, spread them all the way down as far as you can possibly go. Hold that for a while. Go back a little bit. Try to go like this. Well, I'm pretty flexible for a dude, so
What do you mean by that?
If you can't do this, don't worry about it. Yeah, stretch out pretty nice. This right here is mostly for the dudes. Women do this too, but this is mostly like for the dudes. Like stretch out your calf, well not calf, groin area. I promise you, you don't want to pull any type of muscle right there. It's gonna hurt like hell. It's gonna be hard to get out. Yeah, stretch. And now you're gonna fix up your skates. Now, the skates I have are pretty old, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, kind of cheap. But the only reason why I got them for real, oh, hold up, there's something wrong with my wheel. Oh yeah, another thing, make sure you always keep tools on deck with you. Make sure you always keep a skate tool with you. Always keep this skate tool with me. You can find them at your local skate shop. You can get them off of Amazon. I think this one I got off of Amazon. I done had it for a while. Yeah, there's something wrong with my skate. I think there's something wrong with my bearing. Like, you hear the way that sounds? That's not good. So always check your skates and make sure they're good. Make sure your wheels are good, because you don't want them to lock up on you while you're skating. But these are my outdoor skates, so I can kind of see why they sound like that right now. Outdoor skates, they fuck up real easily. Oop, can I say that? Can I say that on YouTube and not get the montage? Yeah. Yeah, this one had a bunch of fucking shit got caught in it. Got a bunch of freaking rocks and stuff. Yeah, if you're skating out on a tennis court that you know that has lots of little rocks and stuff, check your bearings. Always check your bearings, because little rocks and pebbles will get in between them. It'll fuck up your skating real bad. Ooh, and this one has a bad one. See, you always gotta check your skates, man. But yeah, the rest of these are good. Now, these skates I got right here, these are like some old ass skates. This is like a Chicago plate. I know this is very ghetto. Chicago plate and a roller derby boot. Roller derbies, they're good for beginners and stuff, because I'm buying a new pair of skates for Christmas. I'm getting a pair of Rydales. But these, they'll last you a while, but as you can see, they'll start to tear a little bit and stuff. So got to be careful. But Chicago's, do not get Chicago skates. The only reason why I have the Chicago plate on here is because they had a little bit of weight to them, but sometimes they get too heavy and their plates kind of clank up and fuck up a little bit. So stay away from Chicago's. Chicago's are butt. If you want to get a beginner skate, get something like roller derby, Rydales. Like Rydale, they got some cheap ones on Amazon. I wouldn't necessarily say cheap, but if you're buying skates that's like under like $60 or $60 or $100, no. If you're not paying $150 or above for skates, I'm not gonna lie to you, you're probably getting bad quality skates. And you shouldn't be getting skates from Amazon anyway, but only reason I'm getting skates from Amazon is because, you know, I'm broke. So get like skates from like your local skate shop or something. Your local skate shop should have skates like that. They should. I don't know if every skate shop does. Yeah, see? Got a bunch of fucking rocks and stuff caught in my shit. Always check your bearings, people, because rocks will get caught in them and it will mess your skates up terribly. I don't know how I didn't catch this. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it today, because ain't nothing I can really much do about it. But yeah, always check your skates, man. Always check them. Make sure they're all right. And if your skates are like, you know, I would say necessarily like the bearings is jammed, tighten it all the way in. Try to tighten it as much as you can. Probably like pop your bearing back in place, because sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't work. Just depends on what you're doing with it. Yeah, this right here, it takes a long process. Only reason why I'm taking so long out here today is because I'm making a YouTube video, making a tutorial, basics 101. See, like tighten it all the way, try to pop that bearing in place, then loosen it up, then it should work. But sometimes it won't always work. See? Look at that. Look at that. See? I'm a genius. I'm telling you. Listen to me. I got you. I may not be able to teach you all the advanced shit, but I can teach you the basics. So after you're done doing that, put it on your skates. Lace your skates the way you would want to lace them. Like how comfortable it is for you. Like for me, I lace them like two, maybe like this. so it's a little bit loose so it can hang off my ankle a little bit so I can do like tricks and stuff. But once again, I don't have this ain't a stiff boot, so it's kind of hard for me to do tricks. So don't do that unless you got a hard boot or you know what you're doing. But other than that, just get on your skates, lace them up, chill out, warm up a little bit. Oof. And if your skates is too tight to where you can't feel circulation and stuff, that's bad. They should be loose. They shouldn't be hard as rocks on your feet, because that's going to create, that's going to create blisters. It's going to make you skate uncomfortably. It's going to make you get tired very easily. So don't do that. Please, please. Please and thank you. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Don't do that. Test out your skates first before you start skating on them. Because as I can see already, my wheels are a little bit loose. You hear that? That's too loose. So you got to fix that. Oh yeah, bend your knees. Don't be like me. Don't be stiff leg and try to skate around like this. I tend to do that a lot. Don't do that. Because when you try to do tricks and stuff and shit, that's not going to be very beneficial. You're going to fall and bust your ass. I promise you, don't do that. Not do the mistakes I do. Because there's a lot of skate moves and tricks that I can do and know, but they look so bad because I'm not bending my knees. I look stiff. So don't bend your knee. Bend your knees. I don't know why the hell I said don't bend your knees. Bend your knees. Because if you don't bend your knees, you're going to be looking sloppy and stiff. And the skate moves that you're doing where you're actually doing tricks and stuff, you may know how to do them tricks, but it's not going to look good on camera. So, Lord Almighty, please bend your knees. Please and thank you. That's the number one question skaters get asked a lot. How do you look so good? What's the first thing I should know? Bend your freaking knees. I'm going to keep on saying it throughout this whole video because a lot of people do not do it. And they wonder why they look crazy out there on the rink. And bending your knees is beneficial. Especially when you're doing like 360s in the air and stuff. You're not going to land straight leg, or you're going to bend your freaking knees. Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, if this mic quality is bad, this is a cheap mic that I got off of TikTok, so bear with me. I'm going to get through the video, I promise. I promise. I promise you. Okay, we good? Okay, we good. All right. Like the first thing you should definitely know is, of course, balance. You need balance. If you don't have balance, you're gonna fall and bust your ass, and you're gonna be all over the place. So practice going back and forth. Whenever I go to my local skate rink, I always tell people, gotta be able to go back and forth. If you can't go back and forth without falling, then you really don't have your balance. Bend your knees, probably maybe like people say 45. I don't think you should be that fucking low, but they should be bent somewhat. Have some space in between your legs. Hold up, is this sun getting in the way? I hope y'all can see me all right, because I'm trying to explain this the best way I possibly can. So I have some space in between. Don't be all like this. Maybe like this. Parallel. Practice going back and forth. Back and forth. Simple. See? Back and forth. Let me stop. Y'all don't know how to do that yet. I don't know if I'll be able to make a tutorial on how to crazy leg. But if y'all want to learn how to crazy leg, I'll leave the link to one of YouTubers I watch. His name is Malik Thomas. He taught me how to crazy leg from one of his videos, and it was very informational. So I'll leave a link down below on that video. Hopefully I'll remind myself of that. Yeah, practice going back and forth. If you cannot go back and forth without falling, I'm going to say this again, you don't have balance. Now, girls' center of balance is usually in their hips. That's the reason why you see them be able to rock their hips and stuff like that. That's because their center of gravity is in their hips. Boys, our center of gravity is in our abdominal area. So you gotta use your abdominal. That's the reason why they say skating is an all body workout, because you use your legs, your arms, your core, your thighs, your glutes, everything. Skating is the best exercise in my opinion. If they would make it like honestly an actual sport, there would be so many people that would be D1 at it. But yeah, practice going back and forth. Once you got that down, we're gonna go to step 2. Step 2 is, of course, skating forward. Because once you got your balance down, you're gonna have to push off. Now, usually the rental skates, they have like toe stoppers, but I got toe jams, like the little stubs on the end of my skates. That's what I got. So I don't usually try to push off. I try to I either go like that or I go side to side. But since the people that watching this video probably got toe stoppers on the front of their stuff, I'm gonna teach them how to do that first. You're gonna point your toe down, probably like maybe 50% weight shifted on this leg, 50% here. You're gonna push off. Now, when you push off, don't just push off and just go all crazy. Don't do that, because you're gonna fall because you don't know what you're doing. So point your toe down, then push off. Arms out, make sure you don't fall, brace yourself, blah, 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 blah. Abdomen, like I said earlier. Abdomen? See, I can't even say that. But push off. And do whatever you do. Hold up, let me get back so y'all can see my skates. Whatever you do, when you push off, do not push off and cross your legs over. Because guess that's what's going to do? You're going to fall. You're going to trip over yourself and you're going to fall. Like I said before, keep your legs parallel to each other. Okay? Do that. Now, once you get off and you push off, you can't keep it going like this. It's not a skateboard. I've seen so many people do that. I used to do that when I first started skating. I used to pretend it was a skateboard. You got to be able to use both feet. You can't be dominant on one foot and not be dominant on the other. Same thing with spinning. If you're spinning, you can't just spin one way and not be able to spin the other. You got to alternate. You got to be ambidextrous. You got to learn it. It's going to take time. I know that, but you get the hang of it. I promise. So when you take off, you're going to use the other foot, other foot, other foot. Now, people, when I show them this, they think they're just going like this. No, that's not skating. We're not skiing. It's a side-to-side motion. You got to push off to the side, push off to the other side, push off to the other side. Sorry, I know I'm showboating. I apologize. But you got to push side to side. Cannot go forward back. You're not a toddler. You're not just learning how to skate. You have sense of balance, but you're just learning the basics. So when you push off, oh, hold up, that was terrible. I'm sorry. I don't have toe stoppers, so that's why that looks so bad. Because I'm not used to pushing off like this. Because I don't have toe stoppers. I can't just point my toe down. So I have to start off like this. I got to start off like that. But yeah, we push off, go side to side. Now on to step 3. Step 3 is basically when you're going around a curve. When you're going around a curve, think of it as you're shifting your body weight onto whichever direction you're going. Like, say for instance, you're going this way. You're gonna shift a lot of weight, probably like 70% this way, and you're gonna cross your leg over. Now, when I say that, I don't mean go like this. I don't mean that. I mean, say for instance, if you're gonna go around, you're gonna shift your body weight, and you're also gonna use your shoulders to terminate which way you're going. Think about it as you're riding a curve, like you're driving and you're riding a curve. You don't just straight up just turn. No, you ease into it. So while you're going around the curve, you ease into it. Now, this is another thing I gotta tell you guys. If you're not comfortable with picking up your feet and putting it one over the other, you need to learn that, because you're going to be doing a lot of that whenever you're turning. So this is a drill you can do. Oh, hold up. Let me get up a little bit closer. I'm far away as hell. There's a little drill you can do. You go like this. Practice doing that. Over, 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 over. Practice doing that. I promise you, you'll be so good. Or you can alternate. You go over, under, over, under. Now, that's the reason why I said make sure your wheels are nice and firm, because if they're spinning very, very fast and they don't slow down, if you try to go over and under, you might slip and fall. The only reason why I say that is make sure your skates, your wheels are really good. Like they're not tight, like to a point where it'll I can't speak. They'll continually go into motion and they'll stop gradually. Make sure they're like that, because once you be able to learn how to do this, you'll be comfortable picking up your feet and going around the curve. Same way, if you alternate it, if you're going this way, shift your shoulders to where you're going and easily, gradually go into the turn. Don't just straight up go into it. No, ease into the turn. So if you're gonna go, easily, gradually get into it. Now on to step 4, which is stopping. I usually have a lot of problems trying to teach people how to stop, because there's multiple ways that you can stop. A lot of people are afraid to fall, but sorry to tell you, roller skating is a sport where you're gonna bust your ass most of the time. I bust my ass. I dance solo, busts his ass. Usher falls. T Smooth falls. Everybody that roller skates that is good falls eventually. And they always say, if you're not falling when you're practicing, you're not learning anything. So don't be afraid to fall. If anything, fall in style. That's what I try to do, but most of the time it looks ugly. Like if you would see the videos of me skating and stuff, you would think, this dude is really garbage. In reality, I really am, but I just know the basics, so I can teach the basics very well. So, yeah. So, for the people that have the big toe stoppers on, it's easy for y'all to stop. You can just point your toe down. So it's that easy for y'all. You can either do that, or you can do the pizza slice. Make your legs come to a V. Let me see, can they see it? Make your legs go into a V. See? Pizza slice. Because say for instance, you're skating, right? Skating. Oh, I need to stop. Pizza slice. Now, do not, I'm going to repeat this once again. Do not let your skates touch. Because if your skates touch, they're going to fall over. Then you're going to be laughed at and be fucking humiliated. Pretty much how I'm humiliating myself right now trying to teach y'all how to skate. But do not let your skates touch. I promise you, it's not gonna work out for you very well. It's not gonna work out in your liking. So when you come in, make sure your thighs touch first. Remember what I said? Thighs touch first. Then it's gonna hit your knees, and then boom, guess what? You'll be able to stop. Now, if you're an advanced skater like I am, you can turn that into a move. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how you would turn it into a move if you're dancing in a circle, but you can turn it to some type of move. It can happen. But yeah, make sure thighs, then knees, then you stop. For my people that don't have stoppers on like me, the toe jams, guess what? You can do 3 types of slides. You can do the T slide. You can do, one of my freaking inline friends told me to do this. You can do a hockey stop, or you can be fancy with it and do your own type of stop or whatever. So a T-stop is basically you planting your leg down and dragging your back leg behind it. This leg is going to be forward. This leg is going to be outwards, like this. It's going to be pointed like this. It's going to be like this. I don't know why they call it the T-pose stop, because in my instance, it looks like an L, but it's called the T-stop. So when you're skating, you're gonna come up, and you're gonna stop. Now the hockey stop, that's kind of like when you're going fast as hell, like Mach 5 type speed. Even for my inline skaters, but us quiet skaters can do it too, but you gotta have a strong boot. So it's gonna look ugly when I do it because my boot ain't that strong. It's kind of flimsy, as you can see. So when you're doing like that, you're gonna, hold up, let me explain that a little bit better. Basically, your leg is gonna be like this, and you're gonna extend your leg out, kind of like you're stopping. But if you're gonna do that type of stop, I'm gonna say 3 things. First, get a good skate. Get a skate with a hard ass boot. I'm talking about like rock solid. And get slick wheels, either wood wheels, All-American wheels, preferably. All-American wheels are the best. So much is what I've seen, because that's what I'm getting myself for Christmas. All-American wheels, or get you some wheels that are just hard, like if they have a hard surface. Because if you have the wheels like I got, that's kind of like, not, I wouldn't say soft, but they're kind of like rubbery. It's gonna halt you to a stop quickly, and you might fall over and you might trip. But get you a wheel that's basically, just get indoor wheels. And check the hardness on the skates whenever you buy them. I think it's the lower. Is it the lower or the higher it is? I don't know, because I can't remember. But just make sure that the wheels are hard so you can do that type of stop. Now, I really wouldn't say there really is a step 5. Because I feel like once you got that down, you pretty much got everything. Well, if you want to call skating backwards a basic, I guess so. So I guess step 5, skating backwards. I get this question asked a lot. It's surprising me how many people can't skate backwards. Like, it really surprises me. If you're gonna, hold up, is my mic on? Is it on? Okay, still on. Whew. I was gonna say, I hope y'all can hear me. But if you want to skate backwards, you're gonna have to need 3 things. You're gonna, first of all, have balance. Second, you're gonna have to have your sense of gravity, know where your sense of gravity is. And you got to be able to pivot. Well, not pivot, transition. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said pivot. So say, for instance, you're skating forward. Oh, I want to go backwards. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to open your legs. I'm going to do it again. When you want to go backwards, but you're going forwards, you're going to transition your legs. Now that, you can do it slowly. But if you want to do it the pro way and shift your legs, or pivot, as they say, because my pivots look absolutely garbage. I can just explain it good. Do not do the pivots like the way I'm doing it, because I don't lift my leg up and then I look stiff when I do it. I just think that people say it looks fine, but I look stiff when I do it. But if you're going forward and you want to pivot, that is advanced. That's when you really got, ooh, fucking pebble. That's when you really got it down. So don't do that unless you know what you're doing. But since we're learning the basics, I'm gonna teach you the basic way. So say, for instance, you're skating, blah, 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 blah. You're gonna, whichever way you're going, whether you're going this way or this way, remember, your shoulders determine which way you go. So if you're going this way, guess what? You're gonna shift your shoulders first. Not legs first, shoulders first. Because guess what? Your legs is gonna follow. Because you're not just gonna go like this. No, your legs are gonna follow you. So when you're going, shoulders first, legs, shift them. Shift them. And they're not gonna be inside like this. No, they're gonna be coming out. Think of it as, think of it as if like you're driving a truck. Like when you're driving a car and you gotta take a turn, like just a 45-degree angle turn, you can easily just turn in. But if it's a truck, you gotta, like, you gotta turn outside and then turn inside because it has truck axis. So it can't turn that well. Think about it as like that. When you turn, you're gonna open your legs, then come back. Open your legs, come back. I know I didn't explain that really good, but I'm trying my best. And that's what's called a transition. Now, when you're transitioning backwards, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Wait, I got you. Knees bent. Have space in between your legs. Make sure they're parallel. Remember what I said earlier about the pizza stop? You're basically going to be doing the same thing, but you're going to keep on doing it. So, pizza stop, open, close. I'll do it this way so you can see. Open, close. Open, close. Now, when you do this, do not be leaned over like this. Back straight, knees bent, like that. Don't look down. Eyes forward, eyes straight. And also, you're going to have to use your peripheral vision. Think about it as if you're looking in the rearview mirror. Check behind you. Make sure you're not fully looking behind you, but you're checking to make sure you don't run into anybody. Knees bent. Open, close. And when you got that down, you pretty much got it. And if you want to turn back around, do the same thing I showed you. The same way you went backwards is going to be the same way you go forwards. Sometimes that's not always the case, but that's the only way I can explain it. Like I said, I'm just teaching you the basics. If you want to learn the advanced stuff, I know how to do the advanced stuff, but I can't explain it that well. But if you want to learn the advanced stuff, like I said, I'm going to leave links to Malik Thomas, I Dance Solo, and a bunch of other YouTubers that skate just like me. And this is my first video, by the way, so I'm just doing what I love. I'm just here to show you how to do the basics, man. And pretty much when you got all them 5 steps down, you're good. And remember, gotta practice, gotta commit to it. It's not just a it's not just a thing that you come to it and be like, I don't feel like doing it no more, and then do it another day. No, because I promise you, if you miss days of skating, well, not days, if you miss like multiple weeks of skating, you're gonna lose your skill. So it's a constant thing you gotta practice and learn. And basically, when you got all that stuff down, just piece it together. I can have fun watching me do the stuff that I suck at, because I suck at skating. Anyways, my name is the Skater. It's my first YouTube video, and I want to thank y'all for watching. And if this helps you out, comment down below and tell me what else I should help y'all with. Peace.